Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the final match of Season 43, and last round was a loss. A little unfortunate, but the defense was very stout, and my plan fell to some RNG. Janduin here was a 6GL player and set down a very strong wall. I was also playing close to the end of Grand Arena. I gave myself like an hour and 15 minutes. So technically with more clock, I would have cleared the Jabba. I was just out of time. So we shifted to testing and goofing off a little bit when it was clear that there was no win possible. My opponent did somehow clear my fleet, which I was not expecting because he did not have the Profundity or the Leviathan, I think, if I remember right. But couldn't clear the front wall. So congrats to him. With today's opponent, he is Sancti Quantum, or Quantum probably, but is missing a U. GP wise, very small at 7.58. Zeta's at 176. With these kinds of numbers, that's telling me that this is a younger account. But for him to have climbed up into Kyber 2, like this is probably more of a Kyber 3 account that's climbed up to the Kyber 2, where I float around the edge, the low end of Kyber 2. So he's a 4GL player, relic units at 116, which is the smallest of the bracket, so the very shallow roster. You can see the depth is small at 143. So there's a number of strengths that my roster is going to have. Also Omicrons, I've got 20 to his 11. Again, a lot of these are just metrics signifying how young the account is and how focused the account is, because 116 relics, 4 GLs, I guess that's not too many more relics. I mean, I'm not terribly focused. Relic distribution, this is something that's very solid on him. He's got 13 tier 8 relics. You can compare that to me. Like, I don't have that. Like, it's something that I would like to add and improve, but with the way that I develop my roster, a lot of those resources are being placed elsewhere. He's been a little bit more focused than me, but you'll see what he's lacking in a moment. With the mods, this is some pretty excellent mods, especially considering that he's got a pretty young roster, or at least what I'm assuming to be a younger roster. Small amount of mods at 277. I've got 50-ish more mods than him, but these averages are excellent. Like 26.16, he's beating my top 25 average. Top 500, I'm beating him, but not by that much. And then you look at these counts, he's got 53. That's the most of the bracket. And for this area of Kyber 2, this would be good in any bracket that I've been seeing. 20 plus, he actually has the advantage here, which is not very typical. Like, I'm the second best in the bracket. So I would guess he's recalibrating a lot of his mods very efficiently, choosing the right ones to do it with. Like, this is one of those things where I look for a low 6 dot number, because what that means is you're being very choosy about which mods get the promotion, whereas you can see some numbers here where you'll see players who have this bracket's actually not that terrible with it, but sometimes you'll see 500, 600 6-dot mods, but the speed counts are really low. And that's from players just not thinking about which mods get the promotion, get that resources. And so for what we see here, this is excellent. The only thing I'm beating them out on is 15 plus, and not by that much. So, I mean, I guess a little bit more over 100, but considering how good the 20 plus and 25 plus is, that's fine, and how efficient he's been with them. Datacrons, he is participating at a healthy level, but I'm dwarfing him, but that's because I've been kind of crazy about the Datacrons. GLs, and here's another thing that's really excellent about this roster, all the recent GLs, or almost all, because he doesn't have JML, he has Sith Eternal Emperor, but that's still within the same time period somewhat. So no Ray, no SOKR, no JML, and he's got a number of them at Relic 8, which are some solid advantages, whereas that's one of the things I'm lacking, one of the things that I'm working to correct. We'll see if I have the time and resources to do that before GL Leia, but that's the complexity of the game. That's kind of the fun of roster building. With Omicrons, he's got all 3 on Melgus. He's got Raddus, Iden, 2 on Starkiller, none on Dash, a Relic 5, Wampa, no Savage. He does have the Traya on me, which is excellent. No Aphra. He's got Qui-Gon. You can see that I forgot to Relic 5 my Qui-Gon. Not terrible. We still have the Kron, but I don't get full functionality out of it. Swolo, unactivated or doesn't have him. Zori, Third Sister, and Rex. is all in a non-usable state or doesn't have them. Then we are looking at the characters. Maul looks excellent. Cat is very good. Like his modding's excellent here throughout. So, and no Leviathan, but he does have the Profundity. So he's either has it and it's excellent, or he doesn't have it. But it's a very efficient roster that we're looking at. Now, looking at the quality of his modding, I think I'm going to be impressed here. This is my expectation from everything else we've been seeing. I think we're going to see a gaudy number with the number of characters above 300 speed. And surprisingly, actually, it's not, because the final 300 speed characters, Grand Inquisitor. Kyle Katarn's at 299, one of the faster Kyle Katarns I've ever seen, but that's only 22 characters. I was expecting something above 30, definitely more in excess of me, because I've got closer to 30. You can see some of the characters falling below the threshold. CLS, Chewbacca. I thought oh no, that's the wrong Ahsoka. His Vader, Han, Jango, Watt. Like these are all some characters I would try and get faster. But he's got most of the key characters where they should be. Some of these, like, I mean, that Talon feels slow to me, but I forget what her minimums are, where she starts out at. Let's take a look at this defense. We've got a little over 2 hours to play, and last I checked, like 3 hours ago, he had not started yet, so we'll see. And he hasn't started yet. Yeah, we got 2.5 hours to play. Here's the defense that I've set down. We got Grievous, Bosk, Mon Mothma, Maul, and Tuskens. You can see like mismatched Krons, because if you've got a good Kron, like a good level 9 Kron, you don't have the character that you can place it on. Like I've got Sith Assassin, but not at level 7 or at Relic 7 to utilize the Kron. I've been putting it on other squads, and this Grievous squad's been giving me a lot of hold. I think just the stat boost is enough. And so it's sometimes can be worth just leveling up your data Krons. I may have been saying mods a bunch. Leveling up your data Krons just to get those stat boosts for these key defensive teams. Here's the Qui-Gon squad that I was talking about. We brought Kiadi Mundi up to relics this week. For the relics, you can see using the Talon squad here, or Kron here, on the Melgus, dash on Jabba with a Maul Kron, just trying to give people as many stats as they can to make them a little bit more of a challenge to get through. On the back wall here, we got Trench, Finn, Sortie, and Sana. Now I'm wondering, yeah, it doesn't matter. Fleet's left unchanged, but maybe I should have changed it since he doesn't have the Leviathan. Maybe the Leviathan would have been better on offense. But here's what we got. Because a 4-star Leviathan, pretty easy to get through. It's not really, it shouldn't really be on defense. That was for like an opponent a week ago, and I haven't changed it since. I really ought to. It's a mistake. Alright, so we're looking at his roster. We got Grand Inquisitor, Dash with nonsense bounty hunters, ASing, which isn't really a defensive team, and especially with those characters, if you're gonna do ASing, it better be Mando. Looking at a Jabba with a Kron, Rolo, that's a filler squad. So we should have some opportunity at testing, although he has made some changes. Because from the previous opponents, I did not see Jabba. I did see Lord Vader, though. Droid, he, again, does not have Aphra. He's probably pretty close to Aphra, though, because we do have these droids, but that's not a real squad. Those droids don't really work without Aphra. I tried them with Sortie. I tried them in a bunch of other scenarios. Not this one. Maybe it does something. But there are good characters with Aphra, without Aphra. Meh. Grievous, here's the Lord Vader. You can see with Maul, Trench, and Qui-Gon here without the Jedi Kron. I did set forth a plan. I'll show you guys that. I don't know if this is something that interests people, but this is like the plan we set forth during the Saturday Twitch stream, and we will get on with it. Let's start with Lord Vader. We might two-shot Jabba. That might be the way we approach it, but other than these two GLs, I think the defense is going to be fairly manageable. So I think my best route here is to just make sure we win this one and get through it, which means that's the wrong Ahsoka. We'll just handle this with JMK. We'll give them some sort of Kron. Maybe I think what I've been doing lately, turn meter doesn't work. That one is meh. This is what I've been using. The Foresight, Ahsoka's, does everyone else get Foresight? We'll just take the speed up. Otherwise we'd have to use like this one, which isn't going to do anything. I'm going to pay attention. I don't remember if, I think Foresight might just be on Ahsoka Tano if she's on the squad. So it would be better in like 5v5. So let's get into this. Hopefully we play this the right way. We didn't last time. I still won it last time, but I played it wrong. Because what I want to do is to put the damage immunity over on Kenobi so that when Maul goes like this, my Kenobi is still looking great. Now I will start attacking. I wanted to click on my Kenobi to charge him and ignore him, so they could start ignoring taunt, but Maul's getting pretty weak. I think we'll be fine. Let's save that. Let's call the assists. Charge that up a little bit. Hit Maul. Land that ability block. He's getting more stacks. Let's just call the assist. Yeah, let's take out Royal Guard. Maul's gonna go down, like, with pretty soon. The ability block prevents us from cleansing, but that's fine. That takes down Maul. And from here, we're pretty good. Let's... Do I want to cleanse? Kenobi's fine. Let's do this on Ahsoka so she can start landing armor shreds. Now we do the ultimate. And from here we can basically auto, but I might want to control it for a moment just to make sure that the right people get cooldown resets, but I think we're more than fine at this point. 3 armor shreds. Whole bunch of assists. Kenobi's never going to get to cleanse because he's always ability blocked. We'll reset here again, get a 4th armor shred. Gotta land that healing immunity. Here we go. 5th. I think I'll auto in a minute. Yeah, we're ready to auto. We've been ready to auto. I don't know, certain things I like to play out. It's what? It's Labor Day. I was gonna play this last night, and then well, here's what I've been doing. I've been watching Twisted Metal. That show is a ton of fun. It's way better than you'd think it would be. It's kind of does everything that you want the show to do. I highly recommend it. If you want some competently made, dumb fun that has a bunch of violence and jokes. I was thoroughly impressed with it. Do we want to do Jabba yet? Maybe? Let's just get to work. We're gonna do Wampa here. I would pay attention, if you've seen some of the other recent matches, just kind of pay attention to what happens with Wampa here. This is part of the reason why I recommend and bring up Wampa's relics all the time, and how often we see a Relic 5 Wampa, which I don't think is sufficient. I think we're gonna crush this one though, because there's no Watt. I think Watt being on the squad is pretty critical. So taking a look here, not a fan of that ability block. Oh, are we gonna lose this? Oh, and we're fine now. The opening is the only danger, but you can see there in that kind of opening, where if I was Relic 5, there's a chance that I would have lost this. I think we just take out Jango. Keep roaring, spread those dots, boost up a little bit. Counter, get some more protection up. We'll swipe at Dooku, take him out of the match. But this type of thing, like my trench squad gets holds up against Wampas fairly frequently, and I believe that to be it's because of the relic levels. Because some of those matches, they can start off pretty scary. Alright, my plan was... What was my plan? Let's return to the plan. Let's take a look at it. So with the plan, I was looking at against the droids. I was going to do Rex testing, or I was going to do Shock T. Then you can see I was planning on doing a lot of testing, like Ewoks, Scout Trooper. We're going to goof off a little bit, but my opponent hasn't attacked yet. So maybe we'll be a little conservative, give him a little bit of time to see what he does. Because we don't want to be in a scenario where I goof off, he comes in, and then beats me because we threw away a bunch of matches. So I think what we're going to do is we'll play the serious battles first, and then give him a little bit of time to join and participate and see what happens. So I think what we'll do is we'll head over to Jabba here, and we're going to two-hit Jabba. You know what? I might do things a little bit differently, because I could... There's two ways to do this. I could to two-shot it. I could do the Night Sister Merrin thing. We did that last time, and it worked great. Or I could do Traya, which works great. It allows me to take down both Krrsantan and Bosch so that Aphra can clean it up. There's other cleanups. I just like to use Aphra because it's reliable and because it's a character I already have. The other thing I wanted to do, though, was I was considering using Night Sister's Merrin up against Qui-Gon, which might be pretty risky. I just kind of want to do it. Maybe we do it. I didn't have a plan for Traya, so let's just do Traya here. Yeah, let's do Traya. We'll give myself the option up against Qui-Gon. We may not need it, we may not do it. We've got the option. Also, the Merrin thing might get nerfed, so it's something where I don't even want to call it nerfing. It might be, I might just consider, nah, it's not really broken. It's more like an oversight by CG. Okay. Don't you die on me. You're messing up everything if you die. Alright, we need him taunting, because these guys don't want to participate. Bosch is gone, which is great. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, well that's kind of a disaster. This never happened in all the attempts I've done this, but I'm guessing it's a modding thing. Because we can't, I don't think we can take out Krrsantan now. Because the most important thing is that Nihilus takes out Krrsantan. Getting rid of Bosch is not important. I could technically live without that. So I guess we are using Night Sisters here, because... Or, no, Aphra could do this without. But I think I've done that in 5v5, not in 3v3. But maybe we get lucky and we find a way to take out Krrsantan. I don't think we do. I don't think we have the attackers here or the gear to do it. But this is also why I'd like to get these characters to relics. Like, with gear 12 on these characters, it was always a little bit of a risk that this would happen. It hasn't happened yet. But this was always a possibility. I'm just gonna basic. Just kill me. Kill me so we can move on. I don't think we're gonna chance it. Just eat me. Eat me. Alright, let's... no, not that auto. Alright, Let's play it safe. I just don't want to chance the Aphra in this scenario. I think it's fine though, because I'm fairly certain I've done it before. It's just, if it doesn't work, then what am I doing? We've got... Let's just do it. Let's just be safe. We're gonna be safe. Safe and boring. Because I have no idea what my opponent's gonna do. I guess this is what I should have done first, but I thought we were doing something safe, and I wanted to test these guys finally up against Qui-Gon, and I guess it's just never gonna happen. We'll just never do it. Yeah, so let's talk about Twisted Metal, because this doesn't matter at this point. Twisted Metal, Anthony Mackie's in it. It's got Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she's great. This show also has like a bunch of big faces, good voice acting for one of the characters. Well, not even good. It's Will Arnett. Like, Will Arnett's fantastic. And it's got the wry sense of humor, and it captures the game, which is a very mediocre game that had a big impact when it came out. But it's kind of disappeared because there hasn't been like a new installment for, I don't know, a decade? I wasn't even a fan of the franchise. I've played it because back then it felt like it was possible to play every game. But it was definitely one of those games that left its mark. And the show just is like post-apocalyptic, sets up an interesting world and lore for everything, and works. Let me just auto hit from here. Why am I playing this? We did what we needed to do, which was take out Chrysanthemum. So everything is as I would want it to be in that show. And it's just one of those things that you can just watch and enjoy, pay attention to it, don't pay attention to it. You can watch it either way. And now let's do the easy thing. There are cheaper counters. It's fine. Thing is, when it comes to where to use, when you make your choice of where to use the Aphra, like, there's a certain class of characters you want to use a squad like this up against. Like, you want to use it up against GLs or other top level squads. But with Aphra, she's not going to beat, she can't beat Starkiller, she can't beat Grand Inquisitor. So that means she's beating things like Raddus. She can't beat CLS. Like, there's a lot of things that she's going to lose to. So I don't really mind using her in this kind of scenario. And now that might be an argument for why a lot of players like sleep on her and don't get her, but I'm still a fan. Especially because I don't have the Omicrons here. Because, like, a 2 Ami 3v3 squad? Nah. Nah, I'm not doing that. Not until Ami has become, like, cheap, or we've hoarded them up in such a capacity that we can start making those kinds of choices. I'm pretty sure we could have beat this with Chrysanthemum on the field too. I'm just not wanting to risk things today. Okay, so Grand Inquisitor here. Let me think. Let's do my own Grand Inquisitor up against his Grand Inquisitor, or up against his Qui-Gon. Let's get back on track. And then, I don't know. I need way more of these dark side crons. I need to re-roll that. Like that really only applies to Palpatine. Like technically 9th stuns, but do I really care about 10% recovery? Let's just do it. It doesn't matter on this match. Oh no, you know what? It kind of does. It kind of does. Let's do the health. Because if that AoE happens in like a situation where we're vulnerable, that could be bad. Let's see here. Let's basic daze. Take the AoE. Let's foresight it up. Land the torture. Remove the TM. Deal with the resilient defense. Now we gotta take out Qui-Gon before he takes his turn. Take the hit. I'm gonna remove the... I'm gonna ability block and take the TM from Mace because he was about to go. But Anakin's who we care about. Let's basic, get the bonus. No bonus turn yet. Bonus turn? Bonus turn. Take out Annie. And we're good. Yeah, that Twisted Metal show, I think, because it's on Peacock, I think it came and went without people really hearing about it. I heard about it like mentioned once or twice, like either in a news article or podcast I listened to, that and everyone just being pleasantly surprised by it. So I made a mental note about it, but even with my own mental note, I kept forgetting that it came out. But I wanted to watch it. Let's see here. What was my plan for Grievous? I was going to do Jedi Knight Revan up against Grievous? I mean, I guess so. Is that what I want to do? That's just kind of way overpowered. But let's do it, because like Shaak Ti, there's a chance that Shaak Ti will lose, and that would be kind of annoying. So let's remove the RNG. Although, like, this Jedi Knight Revan team with this Kron can beat way more. Let's just do it. Let's swap over to Bastila, get the buffs. I'm saving the marked for when stealth comes off of Grievous. There it is. Now let's mark and start attacking. We'll swap over here. Move the strategic advantage, basic. I think we're going to need another mark to get through Grievous. Nope, there we go. Start bringing down the B1 stacks. Yeah, we'll swap with Jolie. He's got a little bit more turn meter. Here we go. A bunch of assists to get through those stacks quickly. There we go, last one. Great. So that leaves us a team we could possibly goof off with Rex, Cody, up against these droids. Very tempted to do it. Up top, what do we have? Okay, we got... We're either going to Raddus this, or we could do the Padme thing. When we do that. Let's, I'm just trying to think if I want to do Raddus or Padme. Not that it doesn't make that big of a difference. You know what, let's just do Padme so I have the footage, because I don't think I've ever done it. We're usually... I do have a Relic 3 Padme though. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It's like a 98% win rate, so like I'd be pretty shocked if anything bad happened. I don't want to dispel debuffs. I don't want to dispel debuffs. I do want that foresight though. I need to re-roll this stuff. Well, I should have yeah. I don't know, maybe we sell that. Maybe we do this differently. I don't have a Kron I want to give to them. I want the foresight stacking, or even the turn meter, but without dispelling debuffs, because that would be counterproductive with Padme. Let's just do this then. Yeah, with all these mechanics, let's get our protection up, let's cleanse, start working on that courage. Let's basic well, we don't dispel. Let's see. We got foresight, let's basic. This is why I like to test things out. Like, I just want to see what happens myself. Feel it. Like, it's one thing to watch a video, it's another thing to like, feel it. See what it means with your squad. Are your mods right? Are your relic levels right? Now, I assume this is fairly safe with like a 98% win rate. Like, a 98% win rate doesn't happen if it is... If things like even relics have that much of a variance, because you'll start seeing things like what I was bringing up with Wampa, where if you need like a higher relic Wampa for something to work and everybody's got a relic 5 Wampa, then you start seeing lower win rates. That's why you start seeing things like 60% win rates, 70% win rates, because some players are attempting counters without the right base levels. And right now, like a 98% win rate means a pretty wide range of what a minimum level of acceptance would be. And that is exactly what we're seeing here. Should take him out. Perfect. This is something you haven't seen from me too much because Padme's been on my defense a lot. I took her off like a week ago for a particular matchup that I can't remember. I think even 2 weeks ago. And I didn't even think I ended up using the counter because I couldn't get through the defense. I think it was one of those situations. Alright, we got a bunch of teams we can do some testing up against. But I don't like to do testing up against these kinds of teams because it doesn't mean as much. Because we're never going to see these kinds of squads. Like, we used to see this ROLO squad, but that was like even over a year ago, and we haven't really seen that squad since then. So a lot of these things mean a lot less. We still got 2 hours left of Grand Arena. He's got plenty of time to pop in and win if I goof off. So do I really want to use... See, this is what... Let me show you what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I think what I want to do is Cody, Captain Rex, and Echo. Because Echo has that AoE stun on droids. And I think we might do it. Let's just do it. Let's have fun now. Okay. I think I want to get rid of 000 first. Let's do that because he's the one who drops torture. Okay, here's our stun. Perfect. This should get rid of 000. See, the thing is, without 000, like BT1 and 000 really need each other, and they become very vulnerable without each other, especially without Aphra. And that's why I felt like we were going to be fine doing something like this up against them. I think Captain Rex is very good in and of himself. He's somewhat usable as like a lower star character. The issue has been he doesn't boost the other clones up enough. It's why even like Cody and Sergeant, like technically they're saying that that is who you should use with Captain Rex in 3v3. You don't have to. You can use any of the clone troopers. There's not enough there that really mandates it. Okay, what do we want to do here? Alright, what was my plan up against Raddus? Oh, okay. We're gonna gas Raddus. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, let's do the serious stuff. We'll get back to having fun in a little bit. Boring counter. But Raddus is one of those squads where you gotta respect it enough to use a proper counter. I do want to, with these guys, use... Did I give it to somebody already? I thought I had 2 of these. I must have used it already. It's the level 6 ability with the stacking whatever. It's one where, even if you're not actively going for the crons with this set, you want a couple of those at least to throw on your clones, because those are worth having. Alright, we'll throw the armor shreds on Raddus, but we're going to work on taking Cassian out early. Because he can't be revived in this up against gas. Don't you die on me. Do I want to taunt? Would that be crazy? No, I don't think it's crazy. Let's taunt, see if we can save Rex. Don't... Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. See... Let's see if we can take him out. Do I want to do this right now? Let's just not use it. I wish I had health steal on these crons. You know what? Let's do it now. Because here we can take out Cass, and now we can work on taking out Raddus as soon as Rex comes back with aerial advantage. Right now, boom, perfect. And gas here. I'm happy with how that went. I think that's the first time I've done that counter too, because usually I'm using those characters in a different combination. Let's do some solos. Savage here. We could eat up a lot of his board with solos. Do I want to go for solos instead of testing? I do like doing that. Okay. And go do their thing. And let's look at autoing. And let's target range. And we can just chat a little bit. I think we already talked about Ahsoka's episode 3. We've talked about Twisted Metal. The only other thing I've really watched is Cell with, I think we talked about it, with John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson doing a Stephen King story, which was pretty mediocre and very dated, because it's also like using there's like flip phones and stuff in it, so to have a movie about cell phones and still have flip phones, it's a little weird, especially because that movie came out in like 2014. Like, I still had a flip phone then, but I was holding on and like resisting it, because I liked having like a $20 phone bill. Alright, let's see here. I don't know. We'll probably Troopers the Nute. The Mon Mothma we're not going to Troopers, because that is one of the fastest Kyle Katarns I've seen. Which means, how do we want to deal with this? Do we just like Sith Eternal Emperor it? We could do something fun with Vader. There's no Cara Dune. Like, we could do... Let's do something fun. Like, we should be able to do this with this Kron. Yeah. We still have like Star Killer and stuff. Let's just do this. One thing that was kind of shocking on this guy's defense, I think only one person full cleared him. I think it's just like a weird quirks of matchups, because like I was kind of shocked looking at his defense, where it was like this pretty manageable, weaker defense that somehow nobody was full clearing. Alright, let's throw an ability block on Katarn. Let's chuck it. Okay, we didn't land it. I forget what triggers the taunt on Sith Empire Trooper. Maybe I should have saved taking out Katarn. The big thing here, make sure you target somebody who has debuffs, because that's how you get the loyal hand stacking. Keep the ability blocks on Katarn. It looks... Oh, he's already got Jedi Knight. Yeah, ability block. Let's spread the stuff. Chuck it. It's a little more fun than other things you could do. Sith Empire Trooper is there to just make sure they can't focus down on Vader. Vader lead keeps the dots up, so it's really easy to saber throw and take people out, or to get deaths by dots. And then you have things like Talon speeding up the squad, giving them a stat boost, but she also gets more threatening over time with how Loyal Hand works. This is kind of the ideas there. We're going to blow this up with Jedi. I don't want to... You know what we're going to do? Let's do this with Ayla, because we do have that Ayla Cron that we can use. I did take her up to Relic 5 so that we could use it. It's kind of fun, and I think it's going to be much more useful in 5v5. It's actually particularly bad in this matchup, actually, because this match, we're going to be punished for the assists. Because she's going to assist basically every time there's a special. You know what? Let's do this. Okay. And boom. Great. Let us... I think I'm just gonna do this with like a safe-ish counter with the troopers. It's not even safe-ish, it's pretty safe. I'm still thinking about my troopers as if they were gear 11, because I just forced myself to keep them at gear 11 for so long. Just so that I could prove... Not to prove, but really to showcase to everyone how good they are at gear 11. Like, they'd beat this gear 11 no problem. But there is just a little bit more RNG where, like, things can sometimes go wrong. I guess maybe I shouldn't say no problem then. But, like, pretty safe. And now at Relics, it's just it's not they're excellent. It's just they're not impressive in the way that they were when they were low gear. Just like the elation I would feel from being able to use like a weak trooper squad and take out Relics. I miss it. Alright, we'll head up top. We'll do a little bit of testing. The opponent's got plenty of time. I think we only got one hold, and that was up against a Jabba, which is fine. Yeah, let's test. If we lose because of testing, so be it. Let's have some fun. What do we want to do? We got Scout Trooper. I want to use Scout Trooper up against the strongest one, which... Honestly, you know what? It might just be Dash because Dash is the best character. I don't like doing it. I really don't like doing it. Well, we're going to do it. Maybe we should do the Iden version. Let's do the Iden version. But with Iden, it's a question of... I don't know the ideal squad or make. Can you stop it? What is with you? You can't be on the keyboard. Do I want... Like, who do I want here? Do I want, like, Shore Trooper? I feel like Dash is just gonna blow us up. Maybe I want Storm. Or maybe I just want Death. I just always want Death Trooper. Range is kind of nice, though, in this squad. I feel like we're gonna lose. Let's do Shore Trooper. I think I want the heal. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so the way that I'm feeling about this these days... Yeah, let's go with this. Let's get the stun onto Dash. I forgot about that we'd be starting out and I'd be able to land a stun. So that makes me feel a lot safer. Definitely landed on wanting to use the second special to start because of landing stagger. Oh, you know what I did not factor in? I did not factor in Embo. And that's kind of important because Embo is going to be dispelling on basic. So Embo's actually a pretty big threat. But what I want to do... We need to take out Dash before Dash dashes it up. Like that. Yeah. I think we just... I think I misplayed this. If we would have been focused on Dash, I think we would have been better off. Maybe the wrong characters. I think there's a combination of things. Alright, let's leave. One thing is the Embo was definitely not part of my... I've neglected to factor in the basic ability, which is going to mess with our buffs on the revives. Now, what we got Kneesaa. I kind of want to give her an easy challenge up against like ASing. So let's do Ewoks. We'll do not that one. Chirpa. I feel like it's just got to be Elder. Like I think they said Elder doesn't need to be there. I don't believe them. Although I kind of won't. Nah, I think that's fine. Let's do this. Right off the bat. Okay, great. Okay. Like, this is why I do this kind of stuff. I think this is more fun. Like, seeing if we could possibly get anything to work. I can't believe Kneesaa's not farmable yet. I would love to have a 4-star Kneesaa. See, this is a thing where maybe with more stars, we do better. And obviously with more gear. If we had relics, we crush it. It doesn't matter. But it's like, can we punch up? Do we have the opportunities to punch up with any of these squads? I am going to do Rebel Fighters here now. And I think where I'm landing with fighters is in 3v. Last time we did Cheered and Bays. Not Cheered and Bays, Biggs and Wedge. I don't think... I think my Bays should be modded for speed. I think he's too slow. I wonder if I should have Wedge. Do Cheered and Wedge. I really feel like Bays is just going to go down quickly. On top of all this, I think they're a terrible 3v3 squad. Let's do it. I really think this is the wrong one. Alright, let's throw the bombs. See, we're about to lose Cheer It. See, right, this is why I wanted, last time I used Biggs and Wedge was just because they're more survivable. And I think in 3v3 they might be the better version, even though this mechanic with the health healing over time is so important. But you can see also how important it is for these characters to be fast, otherwise they don't heal. We did get the bomb off though. We don't have the damage either without Biggs and Wedge. I think I should have done Biggs and Wedge. You can watch the last match where Biggs and Wedge won in a pretty improbable matchup. I think we stick with that next time. Let's do Wookies. Wookiees. This should be very safe. Wookiees are pretty great. It's just they have limited capabilities of punching up. They'll beat low tier stuff though. They should be able to crush this. We could probably just auto this. Maybe I should have brought them up against Dash. No, we got other things we can test. Yeah, see, that kind of stuff the Wookiees excel at. Like I knew that was a win. What else is new? Cere Junda's new. We can do Cere Junda here, but Cere Junda's gonna crush this too. This is well below what she can handle, or well above what she can handle. No, well, nah. She'll crush this. Alright, let's AoE, protection up it. They do not want Fulcrum to take her big hit. But see, there's the big hit from Fulcrum. Cool, basic. This will take out Embo. You can just already see here how crazy they're going to be at relics. They're already excellent at this level. What is going on? You've beat far better characters with that ability. Did we do all the testing? That's Merrin, Scout. We can't do Drogon yet. He's no. Does Lobot? Lobot's not active in the game right now. The touch up, right? If we look at Lobot. Oh, it's not leveled up, but it's in the game. Because I leveled it up afterwards with the Amis and everything. Okay. Alright, fine. Fine, we won't use Lobot. Let's just do JTR Swolo because it's my favorite thing. Let's do it without a Kron. Alright. Stealth. We'll have to find a replacement for R2. But there's... Do you want to go after Dengar? I think Dengar would be the most impressive one to take out. Boom. This is why I love it. I love it. Like, this stuff is not necessary that R2 provides, but it is nice because the one thing he's vulnerable to is being controlled. Ability block lands easily on him. He gets stunned easily. So I think he can be replaced with a taunt, but there's ways around taunts that Stealth is able to outmaneuver. Alright, hour and a half left in the match. He has not started. He may still... There's plenty of time if he's efficient to participate. Alright, let's... You can see already from his defense, he's going to go full offense with his fleet if he does it. It's just... I think we're done goofing off. We'll just wrap this up. You know what I should have done this match? I should have tried to see how many solos I could get. Because we've done that before. I think my max is 8. I do enjoy trying to see if I can break that record. Because now we do have Sith Eternal Emperor now, and we probably could have found a solo for Sith Eternal Emperor. I think it would be possible now to get 9. We're getting terrible RNG. You serious? What? Oh, it's the triple attacker? Oh my god. I wasn't even paying attention. And I autoed? Why did I auto? What am I doing? Let's get out of here. We're being dumb. We are being real dumb. I guess I probably should have just left it. I'm being dumb. This is what happens when you get arrogant. Okay. Let us see here. Let's AoE it up. Let's stun this. You go after IG-88 first, so we're working on that. Gonna bring out the Houndstooth. I think I should have let the other one play out. Alright, Spy's gonna go, because he's outspeeding me on everything right now. Okay, he's gone, but the Houndstooth is already out, which is not ideal. And I haven't lost any ships, which means, okay, that's good, because now it means I can bring out the Ebon Hawk. Which, oh my god, you did get rid of my droids? Okay, and I'm not off cooldown yet. We're just going to keep attacking Bosk. I will clear this Foresight though. That might come in handy at some point. Basic, because he's going to cleanse it anyway. Goodbye, friends. I'm glad he didn't AoE there. Okay. Let's see if we can land a buff immunity. Nope. Basic. I'll do the droids now. Probably not the best. Losing him is bad. That's not... we're not quite there yet. We will AoE. Hold up. This is terrible. I'm not gonna... Okay. Well, that was a bad time to get interrupted. Because I had to handle some other things. That's why you may have noticed the time get wonky. But I think... do I have the fleets now to clear this? We still have the Chimera. Things are kind of messed up. But we don't have to we don't need a real fleet up against this Chimera. So can I get through the negotiator with what I've got? Do I think the Scythe can do it? Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. Now I'm really regretting forfeiting that Profundity fight. Yeah, I just had a friend stop by, and it was inopportune. An unannounced appearance. Do I don't need the bomber, because we're not countering the Profundity. We're not going up a rebel fleet. I don't really need the bomber, so maybe I just keep the bomber here. But I need the defender, and I need the interceptor. Alright, let's just do it like this. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if we can we'll do that first. I will... Sure, let's throw a target lock over there. Now bring out the defender. Yeah, let's do this now. There goes my bomber friend, but he did his job. Let's not attack him anymore, because now we don't have to. And now we've healed up, and now I've lost my defender. This is terrible. As long as we make it to the ultimate, though, we might be kind of okay. Which is next turn. Don't die, please. I really appreciate you not dying. Because a lot has gone wrong in this match. Oh my god, we're gonna lose. Alright, never mind. We're not full clearing. Jeez, I can't believe this stuff. What a dumb match. Oh, I guess I did text. I guess if I anticipated that better, I could have not engaged in a battle. The thing is, the Scythe is not great here. Especially where I don't have like a real fleet to give it. But you can also see why it's important to have a relic Iden. And why it's one of those things I'm working on. Let's throw buff immunity over onto Anakin. Maybe we can... not when you dodging. AoE. You know, let's heal up a little bit. Let's cleanse. They're gonna heal up. We're not critting. He's got crit hit immunity. Let's get some more of this stuff stacking. The formation stacking. We're not really doing any damage whatsoever. That's getting better. Now we've lost one TIE fighter. Can you just go down? God. That's a weird second ship to come out. Let's take it out. Okay. Good and finally. Alright. Come out the Reaper. We can at least get rid of that protection up now. And hopefully we can take this guy out before he gets that revive ability that I can't remember the name of. I think I want to make sure Gauntlet sticks around. Because I want to get rid of these debuffs. Alright, there goes my TIE fighter friend. Ooh, right here. Come on, let me take him out. It's right here. Right here. Perfect. Alright, we should be able to get through Plo pretty quick. Perfect. I'm just gonna... Yeah, now we can try and take Ahsoka out. Oh, we got this. Perfect. Great. Great, 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 great. The problem is we didn't take out the Houndstooth. Because if we took out the Houndstooth, Ravensclaw could clean up the Executor. This is kind of terrible. That was terrible. Just terrible. You know what? I want to keep going. Let's try Raddus. Maybe we get lucky. Okay. Don't die yet. I need you. I'm going to target boss because I don't want them taking too many turns. We need to do as much of this as possible. Definitely this ability. Take the turn meter. We have to AoE now because we have to keep using specials. Okay. Lost our tank. That tank goes down so fast. Alright, and this is why we have Sergeant in this fleet. Because you gotta have a second tank. I don't need to do a special though. Those specials only matter on the resistance ships. Hopefully there's no AoE coming, because we're gonna lose some ships if there is, or that's bad. We probably can't win it now. Losing that ship hurts, because we still got a lot more. Oh yeah, we're done. We're done. No, not gonna happen. All right, there's no shot. What do we have? We got Finalizer and Home One. I'll throw... Let's just do it. Let's just try it out. I really hate when this happens. The big part is I don't know what I was thinking when I hit auto on the Profundity. I don't think it would have mattered because I think it just We got some weird RNG to start anyway, like losing stuff that fast. Yeah, I was somewhere else when I did that. Also, I didn't notice it was a triple attacker. I would have not played it that way. Alright, there goes Biston. And there goes my Ravensclaw, or about to be. He's a good dead. I guess we can heal him up. It doesn't matter. Let's take the turn meter from the Houndstooth. But I guess it's gonna get it back. Yeah, we're done. Let's just clear the other fleet and be done. Can't believe I played it like this. What a disaster. None of this matters. This is such a weird fleet. Like, you'd be better off putting down like a low gear synergistic fleet. I am really irritated with myself right now. Just like getting cocky and not paying attention to what's going on and what I'm doing. And blow a full clear. Okay, let's call another assist. Blow that up. Give us like the Naboo Starfighter so we can have a mace fleet. Just one more fleet. Interesting. Alright, we're done. We'll check back in an hour and see if he plays. Or has he started yet? Yeah, we'll check back in an hour and see if this blew up in my face because I was being an idiot. Really just dumb. Not paying attention, not noticing triple attacker. For some reason hitting auto, that just inexplicable. I mean, there's no, that's just not a thing you do in that particular matchup. We'll see. We come out of that match with the win. We are 2-3 for the week and 5-4 for the season, which is about what we hope to get. Really, my goal is always 6-3, which has been a lot harder, I would say, over the past 5 or so months. A 5-4 season is much more typical of what we're doing here. Quickly look, just so you can see, this was a no-show. My opponent here, Sancti Quantum, he did not participate. So it was a default win. So a lot of the concern about me just not paying attention during fleets didn't end up costing me, although I'm still a little irritated by how that went. And we will wrap it up there. Hope everyone had a good Labor Day. Maybe we get Princess Kneesaa this week. By the time we post this video, we should have an answer to that. And I've got a few other things that I'm hoping to work on in Get Out. But thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.